My name is Nancy Sazama, and the object I brought today was a cameo that my father had brought back with him from Italy when he was in World War II.
So why is this the object you chose? Why is this important to you?
Because my dad played a really significant part in World War II. He was a decorated veteran, and he was a war hero, and it has always meant a lot to me because of that, and more importantly, since he passed away, and I understood things a little bit more about his service to our country, it became even more significant.
Where did he get it? And when did he get it?
That I'm not sure of. I don't know if he received it when he was in Italy. My guess is not, because I would think those are things that you get when you get home. And after he was in Italy recovering for almost 2 years before he could come home.
Mm-hmm.
So my guess is that he got it back in the States, but I don't know that for sure.
What happened in Italy?
He was a special forces and part of the Devil's Brigade, which was the first unit that ever was in a war. In World War II, that brigade became associated with World War II. And he was a paratrooper, and they would jump out of the plane and ski down the mountains. And he was in battle in Italy, and he was up in the mountain, and it was a significant battle, and he saved many of his countrymen. But in the meantime, he had 20-some shrapnel wounds and other bullet wounds, and he was left for dead on a mountain. And his other people that were in his unit found him, and it took them 2 days to scale down this sheer cliff on that mountain and bring him back. And they took him to a hospital, and they were going to amputate one of his legs, and 2 doctors said amputate, and one said I'll fix it, and they fixed it. So he was, it's significant because of all the things that he went through for the country and for himself to survive.
And he got this right after that, right?
Well, I would think so. He got it sometime after his service, or however they award those things to people. He would never talk about his service. Mm-hmm. He'd never go into detail about it with us. It was always something I think that generation kept a secret in many ways.
So do you know if he bought that cameo for someone in particular?
No. Well, I don't know that I don't think so. I know he gave it to my mother after he brought it home, but they had not known each other while he was in the service. Mm-hmm. He met her. He was in the CCs, and my mother was working there, and he had met her there after the war. Mm-hmm. So.
And when did you get it?
My dad gave it to me, quite a while ago. I want to say I had to probably be in my maybe 20s or 30s. Mm-hmm. And he gave it to me, and I used to wear it on a pendant or with a blouse, and then I placed it away, and I haven't worn it for a while, and then he recently passed away. And when you asked about an object, that was the first thing that came to mind.
So after you've had it, has it brought back any memories of your dad? Does it have any really strong connection to him?
It does, more so because the year before he passed away, we went to Helena, Montana for one of his reunions with the few men that are left. And it was a really significant moment in all of our lives, in my family's life. And the special treatment that these younger men that are in the same capacity my dad gave them was heartwarming, and they deserved it. And they were truly, they truly meant in what they said and what they did to them and how they honored them. So all of that gave a better understanding, because you see all these men, and they came from an era where you didn't talk about what happened to them, and he would never ever talk about it in detail. And so it was nice to see them so honored after having heard this all my life.
So what do you think you're going to do with the piece now?
Well, I have one son, and he was really close to my dad. My dad was a really integral part of him when he was growing up. And I talked to him actually last night about it a little, and he said that he wants it. So I'd like to have some type of display, be it on a wall or on a table in my home, honoring that, along with some other pieces that I have, part of medals that he earned, or the little bars that they get. We went through a lot of the things after he passed away, and I'd like to make some type of collage or whatever it might be to honor him in that capacity for what he did for our country.
Right, and keep it in your family.
Yes, oh, absolutely. And my dad was a wonderful person to my son, and it will mean a lot to him, and he will always honor his honor.
That's great.
Yeah, it is. I can't tell you what the trip to Helena did for all of us, and to understand who my dad was.